How do you have medical schools before you know what a calorie is? It don't stop there. How do you know what a calorie is before you know what the... Listen, do y'all understand what y'all looking at? How do you know what calories are before you know what the electron transport chain is? I'll wait. How can you know what calories are without... Huh? That's why we still learning about what calories are now. There's a new thing, a new kid on the block called resistant starches. Resistant starches totally destroys the 4 calorie, 9 calorie thing. Fiber destroys that because fiber is technically kind of carbohydrate, but it's between 1 and 2 calories, so it's not 4 calories. Like, that's why these diet plans don't work when they give you the macro program. Oh yeah, well, you know, the fat is 9 calories and the carbohydrate is 4 calories, because those are approximations. Those are not right and exact. Those are approximations that you can use to build around. And they're useful to use and build around. But if you think that those are the end all be all, listen, they made calories before they understood how food was broken down and distributed in the body. They made medical schools to teach you how cells work before they knew what a calorie was, before they knew how energy was created in cells. Look at this. Let's go further. Look at this. What did I say right there? What did I say right there? The discovery of vitamins spanned several decades in the early 20th century. The first vitamin to be identified was vitamin B1 in 1910. Huh? Hold on. So we got medical schools in 1761, but we don't have vitamins for 150 years later? And you think the doctor could tell you about nutrition? The doctor's not at fault. You're the one that's the uninformed being led by the misinformed. We don't get vitamins to... I gotta write this again. Wait a minute. I gotta write this out again. So we got 1932. Max Cleaver says this is all insane. I just want to make sure that we put some respect on his name. He's the one who said this. He was the first one to say this is all crazy. Just for the record. So we don't get vitamins until here. (1910). So we have medical schools without calories, without vitamins, or understanding how energy is produced in a cell. You have medical schools without calories, without vitamins. Without vitamins. Vitamins are not discovered. So, what could they have known about cells? What could they have known about cells in 1765 when medical schools opened? Now you know why in America you have medical school, and the medical schools do not teach nutrition. This is why you have a separate profession of that. You have medical doctors and surgeons, and right, you got medical doctors and surgeons, but then you also have a dietitian. right? Here's why. You got dietitians. Why? Because after medical schools, they discover calories. So now, 100 years later, they got to create a whole new thing because they can't come out publicly and say, hey, we didn't know everything. We didn't know everything. We was making mistakes. We was freestyling with your life. So instead of doing that and incorporating the new science into medical school, they just come up with dietitians. Yeah, so dietitians is dealing with calories and all that. So now you got the science of macros and calories. Dietitian. Right? But when calories comes out, they still don't understand energy and they don't understand vitamins. So you can't have nutritionists until way later. So once again, the same thing happens. Now you got well-established people making a lot of money based on credentials. Oh, we dietitians. Yeah. We work with the doctors. So after the doctors deal with you, they send you to the dietitian. We put you together. Whoop. We're going to give you the diet plan, get you together. Straight. Now it's nutritionist, a new person. Now the nutritionist understands vitamins and minerals, and the whole understanding of vitamins and minerals is not really solidified until there's an understanding of the electron transport chain. Electron transport chain now. Okay, boom. Now we cooking. So now we got nutritionists to correct the dietitians, and the dietitians was there to correct the doctors. Now all this history is covered up, and you got all of these people just running loose, right? Competing for dollars. Right? You got the doctors competing for dollars with the dietitians, who's competing for dollars with the nutritionists, who's competing for dollars with the guy saying, hey, remember that stuff that they made illegal? You know, before they had doctors? You know, because there's something before then. And it was like, no, ain't nothing before the doctors. That's church. No. Before the church. In fact, doctors were before the church. Another type of doctor. A doctor that worked with your body, the vitamins, the this, the that, the stars, the earth, the water, right? All of these things was taken in consideration with the program. You had a holistic approach. So you go, oh, that's a holistic healing. Or it's a natural approach. So you go, oh, that's a naturopath. What is that? That's based on what they found from the scrolls in Kemet. So it's really not a holistic healer or a naturopathic. Those are inventions. It's really a Sunu. It's really a Kemetic doctor. Because that's where the origin of these things comes from. Right? And the concept of electron transport chain was something they were laughing at. 1600s. Oh, in ancient Egypt, they didn't know anything. They said that there were vessels, and the vessels were carrying blood and light from the sun and blah, blah, blah. Those stupid old Egyptians. How could blood be carrying light from the stars? Fast forward. Oh, wait a minute. So blood is pigment? And so pigments do what? Pigments are... So wait, the sun is made out of hydrogen? So what did they say that the blood was? They said the blood is made out of the same stuff as the star, atum. So they said atum, but we saying something. We saying hydrogen. Oh, but that's the same thing. When we say that the sun is made out of hydrogen and our blood is made out of hydrogen, we're saying the same thing. We're just using different terms. They said the sun is atum and our blood is made from atum, or the tears of atum. This is why we have a book telling you that this is the year 5125, because otherwise we've had a trick played on us and we don't. So we're only working with local history, local understanding. We're chasing our tails. Here, we're creating medical schools before we understand cells. We created medical schools before we understand nutrition. We have medical schools before we understand nutrition. Nutrition fits in here. 1842 to 1910, calories and vitamins comes into play. We already had medical schools for 100, 200 years already, huh? And we don't learn what calories and vitamins do until 61. Because the whole idea of a calorie, you can't have a complete understanding of a calorie without the electron transport chain. Because a calorie is a measure of energy that's going to be produced in the cell. They were just measuring the amount of heat produced in water. And they're saying, okay, well, the body is made out of water. So heat, wakey, heat is the energy. Heat, fire. 1842, right?